I'm playing Mad Max Press Any Button by Avalanche Games? Avalanche Games, yeah, that's what they're called. Um, yeah, I played this originally when it came out back in 2015, which was actually a surprisingly good year for games. There was a lot of incredible titles that came out that year. The Witcher 3 came out. There was also that Tomb Raider game, Rise of the Tomb Raider, I think it was. Um, there was also Bloodborne that came out that year. There was just an absolute ton of games. You look at any, if you just Google it, in fact, I will Google it for you. Let's have a look. How many great games came out in 2015? 2015 games, Google. Metal Gear Solid 5, Fallout 4, Batman Arkham Knight, I believe is considered quite good. I never played it. Star Wars Battlefront, I remember that being quite controversial. Just Cause 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Dying Light. Bloody hell, Dying Light was pretty good. We also had heavy hitters like Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, also at the re-release of the Uncharted series for PlayStation 4. That came out as well. But this is the issue. So, oh, and also Just Cause. Oh, there was a Just Cause game. I think I mentioned that. Yeah, Just Cause 3. That also came out. A lot of these games completely overshadowed this, which is remarkably good. And for a game which is closer to 10 years than 5 years, then it's actually looking pretty nice. It's got this incredible bloom effect here, which kind of washes out the camera a little bit. But you're in the middle of a desert, and you don't have your V8 interceptor. Mad Max has got his signature jacket. But he doesn't actually have his signature car. That gets taken away from him at the beginning of the game, and you're stuck with this piece of shit, which ends up actually being a lot better than the car that you eventually end up with. The whole game revolves around Mad Max wanting to get his car back. His car gets stolen, and he just wants to get it back. And so he enlists the help of this hunchback character called Chum Bucket, who basically repairs his car, and he's kind of obsessed with vehicles, just like everybody in the Mad Max series. Everyone just loves cars; they're an extension of everyone's dick. So John Bucket he worships the engine. This is how far we've come in the post-apocalypse, and I mean, just look at this. I know this is a big open world game, which is fairly empty, but to be frankly honest, you kind of want that from a post-apocalyptic game set in a big desert and you're Mad Max. You don't want it to be like, I don't know, like Cyberpunk or like GTA, or, you don't want just constant stuff everywhere. You don't want all these settlements. You don't want it to be Fallout. It's actually quite hard to talk and play at the same time, by the way. So, and also you probably hear that there's this clicking sound. Oh, I forgot you could boost in this game. Well, ain't that interesting? So, why am I making this short video? Mainly because I'm just playing this game and I've realised how fucking incredible it is. It's really, really nice. The car combat is great. The melee combat is good. I know this is also a Warner Brothers published game, and I think the Batman Arkham games were also released by Warner Brothers. I don't know, but maybe it was. I mean, you would be forgiven for thinking this was actually just a kind of originally a cash grab. But interestingly enough, the development of this game actually started in, if memory serves, in 2008. George Miller actually was involved with it, and it was originally going to be a tie-in for a Mad Max animated film, surprisingly. I think at that time, this is coming, no pun intended, after the fallout of the whole Mel Gibson anti-Semitic thing that happened where he was very, very drunk and he called someone sugar tits and whatnot. But yeah, basically, car's nearly destroyed, so I jump out, and then Chum Bucket will actually repair this vehicle for me. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's even got a fire extinguisher. I don't know where he got that from. So, oh, should have expected that. Yeah, so this was initially a tie-in. Then it went into development hell. Even Interplay was. Thanks, mate. Even Interplay was involved at one point, which is, you know, kind of cool considering that they were also the publisher for the Fallout games, which especially the first two owe a hell of a lot of its visual identity for. I mean, you can certainly discount all that ray gun gothic crap that ended up in Fallout 4, where they just went all crazy with their 1950s sci-fi Americana bullshit. I mean, I quite like the look of it. It looks cool, but that's not what Fallout is to me. I digress. I'm talking about Mad Max. So, you know, Mad Max is a series I absolutely adore. It's probably one of my all-time favorite movie franchises. I even like the third and the first one. I know that the Road Warrior, or Mad Max 2, as it's known in some places, some regions, is sandwiched between what is perceived to be pretty poor films. But I don't think they are. Mad Max the original Mad Max especially is a completely different animal compared to the Road Warrior and also the bizarre Peter Pan-esque Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. But where was I going with this? I completely lost track of what I was saying. But yeah, I absolutely love those films. They're great. I mean, I have to be in the right mood to watch the first one. And what's this? And the third one, I kind of like how crap it is. And there has been Mad Max games before, but I never actually had the opportunity to play them. I don't remember there being any Mad Max games on the Amiga. Ooh. Yeah, combat definitely. I mean, if you've played the Arkham games or even the Spider-Man games, it's got very, very similar combat. I say that I have never played an Arkham game, but I know at the time of this release it did get kind of like compared to that. They were saying, "Oh yeah, it's a bit like Arkham." But you can't discount how lovely this game looks for something which is set in a very, very dystopian, not even dystopian, really, is a really like horrible, falling apart end of world place. Also, the environment itself is set in a washed up ocean, which is kind of interesting. I quite like that. So there are parts of this game, if I remember, where you kind of see like dried out coral reefs that you can drive through. I mean, obviously, there would be all these like leftover ships everywhere, and so those have been repurposed into like enemy strongholds. The downside is that of this game is that there sometimes is a little bit too much like running around, especially when you're in the bandit camps, where you are trying to. Whoa, this went wrong. Where you're trying to destroy X amount of things that you have to do, and then when you've got the last one, you really do kind of struggle to. I struggle to get over this fucking thing. Yeah, you do tend to struggle to try and find the last one that you're supposed to blow up or do. So you end up wasting like about 5-10 minutes doing that. Well, I do anyway. Ooh. Right. It's a weak scarecrow, is it? But yeah, most of the game is just revolved around like improving your reputation with various factions. I believe there was a late inclusion to the main enemy. Oh, this is cool. I like this. This is like I do like this storm. And you get the main, what's his name, Scrabius Grotus or something like that. He's supposed to be like, I think he's like one of the sons of the Immortan Joe from I was going to say Fallout, from Fury Road. It's supposed to be his son, or one of his sons. So yeah, you would be forgiven for thinking this was like kind of a movie tie-in, even though it wasn't initially designed this way. I think because production started in like kind of 2008, and it just kept on going, and things kept on changing. I guess maybe they. Well, that didn't work, did it? Ah, yeah. So here we got this big storm that just kind of envelopes the player in like this really dark, cloudy area. And yep, get out the vehicle. I'm gonna die completely. Yeah, you need to get shelter when this happens. You are given ample warning, but yeah, I am definitely gonna die in a minute if I don't get somewhere soon. Oh, yeah, I'm nearly dead. Yeah, I'm totally dead. And yeah, that's Mad Max. Really, really good game. I believe it's on Game Pass, I think. Uh, I've had this for so long. I bought it on release. Originally I bought this to what was I waiting for? Fallout 4, I think, because Fallout 4 was delayed, and I'd been waiting for that game. Um, and yeah, so I bought this because I love Mad Max. But yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised. Yeah, that year I also bought Bloodborne as well. Um, couldn't really get to grips with that game, but yeah, that is now like my all-time favorite game. So yeah, live and learn, don't you?